The movie that I chose for my whole film analysis is the movie Gladiator by Ridley Scott. This is an absolutely classic movie with great examples from everything we learned in our course this semester. So let's first begin with the mise en scène in this image and of this scene. So as we can see two people standing in the forefront of this image. One to the left of the screen and one to the right of the screen. One holding what looks like a shield and a sword, and the other guy's hands to the left of the screen, his hands are not visible. The person to the right is seen with a focused face. His body's not completely seen as it's covered with a shield. Both people standing in the forefront of the scene look to be heavily armored. One with his face is fully exposed, thus you can see his expression. But the guy to the left of the screen has some sort of head protection and a mask on. So his real expression is not shown to us on the screen. Both the armor each man seems to be wearing seems to be shiny. They seem to be somewhat new, not worn down. So now let's take a look in the background. In the background, we could see an animal with orange and black stripes coming out of what looks like a hole out of the ground, which seen on the person to the left's foot seems to be kicking up some sort of grain. So the ground is some sort of sand-like gravel. And further in the background, you can see three men, all wearing helmets, wearing both the same orange uniform, and they look to be holding something in their hands. Now, if we look even further back in the background, you can see what looks like a group of people, all standing, all wearing different types of things. They look like some sort of token. The use of cinematography in the movie Gladiator is seen best, I believe, in the first scene, whereas you could see Maximus in this wide angle battlefield. You could tell that this is like not a normal battlefield that you see in modern times. This is a battlefield you see maybe in ancient Rome. They're in some sort of forest. It's dark. It's dirty. And one thing I do enjoy, especially with the cinematography done in this scene, is that they show hecticness, or like a lot of people being there. When there's a camera faced at Maximus, you get a full body image of Maximus. But you could see people walking across the camera, people at the edges of the camera, to make it almost feel hectic, make you feel crammed in, like there's so many people, like you're one of the soldiers standing side by side in this scene. At the beginning of this opening scene, there is a part where Maximus, Russell Crowe's character, is rustling hands through a field of reeds. So this is a brilliant use of editing by Ridley Scott, as it's foreshadowing what is to come for Maximus. So the rustling of the hands of the field is in Roman times, in ancient Rome. They believed when they died, they went on to a field of reeds and they would farm for eternity. They'd be happy and farm for eternity. So this constant flashback, which just does not happen during the beginning of the movie, but happens throughout the movie, is foreshadowing that Maximus is going to die, and thus move on to the field of reeds and join his family, where he can roam, frolic, and brush his hands through the field of wheat or reeds. Let's now take a look at the use of sound in the movie Gladiator. More specifically, the music that was used in the movie. So let's take a look at the song Now We Are Free by Hans Zimmer. This song has a very old feeling to it. It sounds very ancient sounding. It makes it feel like it's like the movie. It's in ancient Rome. It's not necessarily any words we understand. It's more of just a calm singing. The song also makes me feel like there's a release. Like I'm being set free into the wilderness. The sun's hitting my face. It makes me feel like, as a movie, a gladiator who's escaping the Colosseum, who's been given his freedom, but in terms of Maximus, his death. So I would say this song really brings the movie all together. And without this song, I believe that the movie wouldn't be as great as it is. This is the conclusion of my film analysis of Gladiator.